Everyone is pointing their finger at Chuck Schumer right now. He's under tremendous burden. The only person who could possibly unburden him is Kamala Harris. Miss what can be unburdened by what has been. Members of his own party are placing pressure on him publicly and even more so privately, and now the reporters he usually relies on to lie on his behalf are coming after him. The title makes it seem like he lost his mind only once. The truth is, it was actually twice. 2 different reporters made this man lose his mind. Well, technically he lost his mind when he was born. He never had one.
Are you saying Democrats have no responsibility for the fact that...
We are saying the Republicans can fund it now, and they're using these people as hostages. Plain and simple. Next. That's the answer. The answer is they can fund it right now. Okay? Right now.
Oh no, he's so scary. We don't want to see Chuck when he's angry. He's going to turn into the Incredible Hulk. But believe it or not, this one is a little bit more tame than what we're about to see. This right here is Allison Steinberg. I did a show with her on Mike Lindell's platform. This is probably her best moment reporting in DC so far.
Irrespective of the dispute on whether USDA contingency funds can be used for SNAP benefits.
It is not, wait a minute, excuse me. It is not a dispute. It is fact they can use it, and the Republicans say it.
Okay, but there's, only 5 or 6 billion, and it's not cost $8 billion monthly just to administer. I mean, if anything, it would only last a couple
It does not
weeks.
cost 5 or 6 billion to administer. There's enough money to start feeding people right away. 6 billion's a lot of money, and they're using it for other things. 20 billion for Argentina, hundreds of millions for Kristi Noem's plane. Who are we kidding here?
Okay, well, first of all, the plane is for the Department of Homeland Security. Why is there a white screen? Second of all, the $20 billion for Argentina is a currency swap. The Treasury spent $20 billion of our dollars buying Argentine pesos, which, by the way, have appreciated since Milei's electoral triumph. I like politics, but sometimes it's so jarring to hear lies. They're saying Kristi Noem's plane like she bought a private jet for herself. Just like they said Qatar gave Trump a plane to bribe him or something. No, they donated it to the Air Force. My brain, it hurts. Man, listening to Democrats is just a for sure way to lose brain cells.
The bottom line is they can fund it just as in 2019, just as in other shutdowns, for a long period of time.
He's failing to mention that all those shutdowns were Democrats' faults. Oh yeah, he can do it like how he did it in 2019 when we also shut down the government. Does this guy hear himself? Chuck Schumer used to be like a smooth political operator. He could get whatever he wanted by just moving so swiftly. But now he's just so washed up. It's like watching Joe Flacco still play in the NFL at 40 years old. It's time to pack it up and retire, Grandpa.
Also,
we don't want to hear you, Amy Klobuchar. She's like the epitome of a Karen. She's going to call the cops on you for lighting fireworks on the 4th of July.
the contingency fund, which is $6 billion, which gets you nearly a month, 3 weeks, runs out.
USDA does have a contingency fund, but that's for critical things. You guys already know my stance on food stamps. I think the social programs in this country are well-intentioned. They do help out a lot of people. But if the government never got involved, the people wouldn't need that help. We would have churches take on the responsibility of charity. The way these Democrats talk about using emergency funds to make sure that the EBT warriors in the hood can eat is really annoying me. That's not the only reason the emergency funds exist. All right, let's continue this.
Then they can pass Senator Lujan or Senator Hawley's bill, both of which we support. We know that there'll be 60 votes for that. Why aren't they calling it up? They're not calling it up because the House isn't here to pass it. That's the way it works. The House would have to come here. They probably would have to vote on the Epstein files, but they're choosing to let kids go hungry instead of having to vote on the Epstein files. There's no doubt about it. They have been out for 6 weeks on vacation.
Just think, if they have all this money for Argentina and all this money for other things, they have enough money to keep funding SNAP, and they know it. And I just want to say what Lujan said. Johnson just lies. He lied about on immigration, on the undocumented. He's lying about this. He just outright lies, plain and simple. It is not illegal, and his own president has done it.
The Treasury doesn't run food stamps. It's actually illegal for the president to take congressionally appropriated funds and transfer it from one department to another. If Congress says the military gets $1 trillion, the president can't suddenly decide, oh, we're just going to send that over to the DOJ. It doesn't work that way. And Chuck Sniffer knows that. You get it? The pun? Nose, sniff. Let's close it off here with the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, going berserk for the first time in forever. I have never seen this guy raise his voice. They all play these games, but I think he's actually annoyed right now because this is costing him political capital. The longer the shutdown goes, the more powerless he looks.
Let me just point out, if I might, that we are 29 days into a Democrat shutdown. And the senator from New Mexico was absolutely right. SNAP recipients shouldn't go without food. People should be getting paid in this country. And we've tried to do that 13 times. And you voted no 13 times. This isn't a political game. These are real people's lives that we're talking about. And you all have just figured out, 29 days in, that, oh, there might be some consequences. There are people who run out of money. Yeah, we're 29 days in. And they've done their best to make sure that a lot of these programs are funded. But at some point, the government runs out of money. 13 times, people over here voted to fund SNAP. 13 times they voted to fund WIC. My aching back. Finally realized this thing has consequences. Well, you know what? What Democrats are doing here, they're making plans to keep the shutdown going.
You know, that speech would have been so much better if he had a Southern accent. Y'all keeping this government shut down. God bless y'all's hearts. It would have been great. Or like a Southern lady. Bless your hearts. Keeping this government shut down. That would have been great. You know, a Southern lady told me bless my heart once. And I was like, thank you. I love hearing that. Thank you for blessing me in such a open way. Like just blessing my heart. You know, you didn't just say bless your life. You specifically said bless my heart. You're helping with my blood flow. You're helping with my heartbeat. You know, the heart is the center of the human body, literally, right? So for you to say, bless my heart, I just love you. I appreciate you. The Republicans have brought on votes on the House floor. 13 times Democrats have refused to give their votes away. Similarly with Senator Rand Paul, who is just so unreasonable. I understand wanting to be fiscally responsible. I understand being a free market, pro-trade guy. But my gosh, is Rand Paul just so annoying sometimes. I like Thomas Massie, I like Rand Paul, I like a lot of these guys, but they just don't understand how to wield political power. It's like, in our biggest moment of need, you're just giving your vote away to the Democrats, who, by the way, would never return that same favor to you. Meanwhile, you make the Republicans look divided. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent here. Goodbye.